God says someone held a meeting about you, and this is the secret plan right now, at this very moment. There are conversations happening in the spiritual realm that directly affect your life, your future, and the decisions you're about to make. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, but in a real, tangible way that shapes your destiny. Someone held a meeting about you. Let me say that again. Someone held a meeting about you. And what was discussed in that meeting is the reason you found this video today. By the time we finish together, you'll understand what that meeting was about. Why it matters more than anything you've worried about this week, and most importantly, what it means for where your life is headed. But before we dive into this profound truth, I want you to do something right now. Type in the comments section below one simple phrase. I receive. Just those 2 words. Why? Because faith requires participation. Faith isn't passive. It's an active choice to open your heart to what God is trying to tell you. So pause for a moment and type it. I'll wait if you're watching this for the first time. Welcome to God's Message Today channel, where we explore the deeper truths of Scripture, the hidden meanings in God's Word, and the personal messages He's speaking directly into your life. If you've been with us before, thank you for returning. But whether this is your first video or your 100th, hit that subscribe button now and turn on the notification bell. Don't miss another divine message. Every video we create is designed specifically for someone like you. Someone searching for truth, someone hungry for spiritual clarity, someone ready to step into their God-ordained purpose. Let me start by painting you a picture. In the Old Testament, there's a fascinating passage in the book of Job where Job describes something extraordinary. He says, "When I went to the gate of the city and took my seat in the public square, the young men saw me and stepped aside, and the old men rose to their feet. But now they mock me, men younger than I am, whose fathers I would have disdained to put with my sheepdogs." But here's what most people miss in that passage. Before Job faced his trials, before he lost everything, he had authority. He had influence. He was respected. And that respect didn't come from nowhere. It came from a spiritual authority that God had established in his life. Now, you might not feel like you have that kind of authority right now. You might feel small, overlooked, forgotten. You might feel like nobody's talking about you, nobody's thinking about you, and certainly nobody's planning anything good for you. But I need you to understand something that will shift your entire perspective. The very fact that you're facing opposition, the very fact that challenges are coming your way, the very fact that you feel uncertain about your future, all of this is evidence that someone most definitely held a meeting about you. And that someone is God. Here's what most people don't realize about spiritual warfare, about God's plan, about destiny itself. The enemy doesn't waste time on people who aren't threats. The devil doesn't gather his forces against someone who isn't going somewhere significant. Think about it. When you're walking in your true purpose, when you're aligned with God's will for your life, when you're destined for greatness and impact, the enemy sees you coming from a mile away, and he convenes meetings. He strategizes. He sends obstacles, doubts, distractions, and delays. But here's the beautiful part, and this is what changes everything. God is doing the same thing. God is holding meetings about you too. And his meetings always outnumber the enemy's. His strategies always overcome the enemy's schemes. In Jeremiah 29-11, God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." Let that sink in. God knows the plans he has for you. Present tense, not past tense. Like he used to have plans but doesn't anymore. Not future tense, like he's thinking about having plans someday. But right now in this moment, God has plans for you. And those plans aren't just good there for your welfare, for your blessing, for your genuine good. They include a future and a hope. Do you hear that? Even if your present feels hopeless, your future isn't. Even if today feels like an ending, God sees it as a beginning. There's a reason you're experiencing what you're experiencing right now. There's a reason certain doors have closed. There's a reason certain relationships have shifted. There's a reason you're feeling this urgency to find answers, to understand your purpose, to reconnect with God's plan for your life. It's because you're being positioned. God is moving you like a chess piece on a spiritual board. And what looks like a random or painful move to you is actually a calculated positioning for your greatest victory. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth, do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." God is doing something new in your life right now. Not eventually. Not when you get it together. Not when you achieve something or prove yourself worthy. Right now, this is the season. This is the moment. The question is whether you perceive it. When God holds a meeting about you, He's not discussing whether you're good enough. He's not questioning whether you have what it takes. He's not wondering if you'll mess up again. He's already made a decision about you before the foundation of the world. Ephesians 1:4-5 tells us, "Just as He chose us in Him before the foundation of the world to be holy and blameless before Him. In love He predestined us for adoption to sonship through Jesus Christ, in accordance with His pleasure and will." You were chosen. Before anything else existed, before time started, before any obstacle ever came your way, God chose you. He predestined you for a position of love, of belonging, of purpose. That's what the meeting about you is fundamentally about. God is confirming your identity. God is cementing your position in His family. God is releasing resources, opportunities, and favor that align with His original plan for your life. But here's where most people get stuck. They know God has a plan. They believe intellectually that God loves them. They can recite scripture about God's goodness, but they don't understand the mechanism of how that plan actually unfolds in their daily reality. They don't grasp how a spiritual meeting translates into practical life change. So let me break this down for you. When God holds a meeting about you, the primary outcome is alignment. See, your life isn't just happening randomly. Your challenges, your opportunities, your relationships, your circumstances, they're all being orchestrated by God to align you with His purpose. Sometimes that alignment feels painful. Sometimes it feels like you're being stripped of things you love. Sometimes it feels like you're being tested beyond what you can handle. But that's the nature of alignment. In order to align a piece of furniture through a doorway that's narrower than the furniture itself, you have to turn it, rotate it, angle it in ways that temporarily make it look wrong. From your perspective inside the room, it looks like the furniture is being destroyed. But the person guiding it knows exactly what they're doing. They know the measurements. They've done this before. They understand that the temporary discomfort is necessary for the ultimate. Placement God understands the measurements of your destiny. He knows the exact angles and adjustments required to get you into position. He's been doing this for millennia. And right now, in this season of your life, you're in the midst of that alignment process. The meeting that was held about you was a meeting to finalize the specifics of how and when and where you'll be moved into your promised position. Proverbs 19:21 says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." You might have your own plans. You might have spent years building toward a particular goal or dream. You might have a very clear vision of what you think your life should look like. But here's the truth. The Lord's purpose prevails. Not sometimes. Not if you're good enough. Not if you pray hard enough. The Lord's purpose prevails. Full stop. That doesn't mean your plans are wrong, or that you're going in the wrong direction entirely. It means that God's purpose is the ultimate filter through which everything else is evaluated. And if your purpose doesn't align with His, it will ultimately give way. And if your purpose does align with His, then everything else will align to serve it. The meeting about you was God and His angels and His spiritual forces finalizing how they're going to support you in fulfilling that ultimate purpose. It was God saying, "This one is mine. This one has received forgiveness through Christ. This one is positioned to impact others." Now, let's activate the resources, the opportunities, the grace, and the divine timing that this person needs. That meeting was about releasing strategy. It was about positioning angels. It was about opening doors and closing others. It was about orchestrating encounters with people and circumstances that will serve your purpose. It was about locking in your breakthrough And here's something that might shock you. That meeting is ongoing. God didn't have one meeting about you and then move on. He has meetings about you constantly. Every time you pray, every time you align your will with His, every time you step out in faith, every time you forgive someone who hurt you, every time you choose love over fear, every time you give when you could have kept for yourself, God is having fresh meetings about you. He's adjusting strategy. He's releasing new grace. He's opening new doors. Your cooperation with God's plan literally triggers heavenly activity on your behalf. This is why Matthew 6:33 is so powerful. Jesus said, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Seek first the kingdom. Make that your priority. Make alignment with God's purpose your number one focus. And here's the promise. All these things, the provision, the clarity, the relationships, the opportunities, the breakthrough, all of it will be added to you. It's not that you have to earn it. It's not that you have to figure it all out. It's not that you have to be perfect. But you do have to prioritize the kingdom. You do have to keep God first. And when you do that, you position yourself to receive everything that's being released in those heavenly meetings about you. Think about your life right now. Think about the specific challenges you're facing. Think about the doors that have seemed closed. Think about the waiting periods where nothing seems to be happening. What if all of that is actually evidence that God is in a meeting about you? What if that closed door is closed because God is redirecting you? What if that waiting period is actually preparation? What if that challenge is actually training for something greater? What if that person who hurt you was actually removed from your life because they were going to derail your purpose? Once you shift your perspective to understand that everything happening in your life is either directly orchestrated by God or permitted by God for a purpose, everything changes. You stop being a victim of circumstances. You become a participant in a divine plan. In Psalm 37:23-24, David wrote, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in Him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with His hand." Your steps are being made firm. Think about that phrase. Your steps aren't uncertain to God. Your steps aren't surprising to God. Your steps aren't random to God. God is making them firm. He's solidifying them. He's establishing them. Even when you stumble, and you will, because you're human, you won't fall, because God is holding you. The meeting about you includes this guarantee. God is saying in that meeting, "I've got them." Even in their weakness, even in their doubt, even in their mistakes, I'm holding them up. I want to address something specific, because I know some of you are thinking about a particular situation right now. You're thinking about that relationship that ended. You're thinking about that job you didn't get. You're thinking about that opportunity that fell through. You're thinking about that season where everything seemed to go wrong. Let me tell you something that might be hard to hear, but is absolutely true. That was the meeting about you in action. God was saying no to those things because He said yes to something better. God was closing that door because He's opening a bigger one. God was removing that limitation because He has something limitless planned for you. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Not just the good things that happen to you work for your good, but all things. The rejections work for your good. The delays work for your good. The losses work for your good. The disappointments work for your good. They all serve your ultimate purpose. The meeting about you included this understanding. God looked at your entire life, past, present, and future, and He saw how every single element, every struggle, every victory, every tear, every triumph, come together to produce something beautiful in you and through you. I want to ask you something right now. What if the reason you haven't received what you prayed for yet isn't because God said no? What if it's because God is teaching you something you need to know before you can steward what you're asking for? What if the delay isn't a denial, but a preparation? What if the meeting about you included God saying to His angels, "Hold that blessing. That one isn't ready yet. Let's prepare them first. Let's build character. Let's strengthen faith. Let's remove some dependencies and unhealthy patterns. And then, when they're truly ready, when they can handle the blessing without it harming them, that's when we release it. This is why Proverbs 18:12 is so significant. It says, "Before a downfall the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor." God is often allowing you to experience humility before He releases honor. He's allowing you to be broken before He makes you into a tool that can help others. He's allowing you to question before He gives you answers that you can confidently share. The meeting about you isn't just about timing. It's about transformation. It's about positioning you internally so that when the external blessing comes, you'll be the kind of person who can handle it, who won't be destroyed by it, who will use it to bless others rather than just yourself. There's a spiritual principle that most people never understand, and it's this: what God is doing in your invisible life is always more important than what's happening in your visible circumstances. What God is building in your character, your faith, your resilience, your wisdom, these are the things that have eternal value. The promotion, the relationship, the house, the financial breakthroughs, these are the things that have temporal value. They matter, but they're temporary. God is building something in you that will last forever. The meeting about you is fundamentally about that internal work. Hebrews 12:2 says, "Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who, for the joy set before Him, endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God." Jesus fixed His eyes on the joy set before Him, and that focus enabled Him to endure the cross. He didn't focus on the pain of the cross. He focused on the joy of the resurrection, the joy of redemption, the joy of restoring relationship between God and humanity. When you understand the meeting about you, and you understand that God has fixed His eyes on your ultimate joy and blessing and purpose, you develop the same ability. You can endure current challenges because you've fixed your eyes on the joy set before you. You can walk through pain because you trust the purpose behind it. So here's what I want you to do from this moment forward. I want you to change how you interpret your life. I want you to see every challenge as evidence that you're important enough for God to be strategizing about. I want you to see every delay as preparation. I want you to see every closed door as redirection. I want you to see every person who comes into your life as part of the plan. I want you to see every circumstance as aligned with your purpose. This isn't positive thinking. This isn't denial of reality. This is faith. This is choosing to interpret your life through the lens of God's sovereignty, rather than through the lens of your current feelings. The meeting about you has already happened. The decision has already been made. The strategy has already been finalized. God has already released the resources. God has already positioned the angels. God has already opened the doors. All that's left is for you to walk forward in faith, trusting that what's been planned for you is infinitely better than anything you could plan for yourself. As we wrap up, let me leave you with this. You are not accidental. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Someone, the God of the universe, the creator of all things, is the one who holds time in His hands, held a meeting about you. And in that meeting, He said yes. He said yes to your potential. He said yes to your purpose. He said yes to your breakthrough. Now it's your turn to say yes back. Your turn to align with that plan. Your turn to walk forward in faith. Before you go, I want you to comment one more thing. Type in the comments, "Blessed and ready." Tell everyone watching this with you that you've received this message. You're stepping into what God has planned for your life. And please, like this video. Let the algorithm know that this message matters to you. Subscribe to God's Message Today channel so you never miss another divine message. Hit that notification bell, and we'll send you updates the moment we post a new video. And if you love what we're doing here, if this message has impacted you, consider supporting our channel by giving us super thanks or making a donation. Your support helps us create more videos like this, reaching more people with these divine messages. Thank you for being here. Thank you for opening your heart to what God is saying to you today. Come back soon, and remember, the meeting about you has already been held. Now go live like it. Listen, like, Everything we've discussed today comes down to one simple truth that will transform how you live from this moment forward. Right now, in the spiritual realm, there are conversations happening about your life, your future, and your purpose that directly impact every decision you make. That meeting about you wasn't random. It wasn't accidental. It was divine orchestration. Remember what we learned from Jeremiah 29-11? God knows the plans he has for you. Present tense. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Right now. And those plans are for welfare, not for evil. They're designed to give you a future and a hope. When God held that meeting about you, he wasn't questioning your worth. He wasn't doubting your ability. He was finalizing your destiny. He was positioning you. He was releasing grace, opportunity, and divine favor specifically designed for the unique path he's called you to walk. Every challenge you're facing right now is part of that plan. Every door that's closed is redirecting you towards something better. Every delay is preparation. Every person who's come into your life and every person who's left, all of it is orchestrated by a God who sees the end from the beginning. Romans 8:28 reminds us that all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Not just the good things. All things. Your rejections are working for you. Your losses are working for you. Your pain is working for you. It's all being woven into something beautiful. The most important thing you need to understand is this. God's sovereignty doesn't eliminate your responsibility. You still have to take steps of faith. You still have to make choices aligned with God's kingdom. You still have to prioritize seeking his face first. And when you do, Matthew 6:33 promises that all these things will be added to you. The provision, the clarity, the breakthrough, the relationships, they're all waiting for you on the other side of faith. I know some of you are tired of waiting. I know some of you feel like you've been in the wilderness for far too long. I know some of you are questioning whether God's plan is actually unfolding or whether you've been forgotten. But I'm telling you, the fact that you're still standing, the fact that you haven't given up, the fact that you're searching for answers right now, all of this proves that you're significant. The enemy doesn't waste energy on insignificant people. The obstacles in your path are proof that you're a threat to the enemy's kingdom. And every threat you are to darkness is evidence of the light God has placed inside you. In Psalm 37:23-24, David wrote that the Lord makes firm the steps of those who delight in him. Even when you stumble, you won't fall because God upholds you with his hand. That's the promise attached to the meeting about you. God isn't just planning your future. He's actively holding you up while you walk toward it. You're not alone in this. You've never been alone. Every moment of your life, God has been strategizing about how to position you for victory. The meeting about you included this decision. You are worthy of God's best. You are worthy of his grace. You are worthy of his favor. Not because of what you've done or what you haven't done, but because you belong to Christ. Because you've been chosen before the foundation of the world. Because God looked at your entire life story and decided it was worth investing in. That's what that meeting was about. God saying, this one is mine. This one matters. This one has a purpose that will echo into eternity. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to make a decision. I want you to decide that from this moment forward, you're going to stop interpreting your life through the lens of fear and start interpreting it through the lens of faith. You're going to stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is God doing through this? You're going to stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as redirects. You're going to stop doubting God's plan and start trusting it completely. The meeting about you has already been held. The decision has been finalized. The strategy has been released. God has already said yes to your breakthrough. Now it's your turn. Now it's your moment. Now it's your season to step forward in faith and watch God do what only he can do. Before you leave, I need you to comment one final time. Type blessed and ready in the comments section. Tell everyone watching this that you're stepping into your divine destiny, that you believe the meeting about you has already determined your victory. Like this video. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. Subscribe to God's Message Today's channel so you never miss another divine message that God has specifically for you. Turn on notifications so the moment we post, you're the first to know. And if this has impacted you, if you feel God's presence and power in what we're sharing here, support our mission. Give us super thanks. Make a donation. Help us reach more people with these messages of hope and faith. You're not accidental. You're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. Someone held a meeting about you, and in that meeting, God said yes to everything you've been praying for, everything you've been believing for, and everything you're about to step into. The secret plan is now revealed. It's a plan of blessing. It's a plan of purpose. It's a plan of breakthrough. Go live it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for opening your heart. Come back soon. God bless you abundantly.